Right now, look up. The moon is up there doing something you never notice. It's pulling on you. On the oceans. On the whole planet. And it's been doing it quietly for 4.5 billion years. So here's the question nobody asks. What if it just stopped? What if you woke up tomorrow, checked your phone, and the news said the moon was gone, not exploded, not blown up in some movie way, just gone for 24 hours? What actually happens to you, to the sky, to the sea, in that one single day? The answer is stranger than you think, and most of it happens before lunch. Let's start with the ocean, because that's where you'd notice first. The tides you see at the beach, those are mostly the moon's doing. Its gravity tugs the water on the near side of Earth, pulling it up into a bulge. There's a second bulge on the far side too, and as the planet spins under those bulges, you get high tide, low tide, twice a day. Clockwork. Take the moon away, and that engine switches off. Now, the tides don't vanish completely. The sun pulls on the water too. But the sun's tidal pull is a lot weaker than the moon's. So within hours, the big lunar tides collapse into these small, weak, sun-only tides. The sea would look off, confused. In places where the tide should be rushing in, the water just sits there. Tide pools that flood every single day suddenly don't, and every crab, every starfish, every creature that times its whole life around the tide clock, its schedule just got deleted. But okay, one day of weird tides, you could live with that. Here's the part that would actually mess with your head. The night sky. We don't really think of the moon as a light source, but it is. A full moon is bright enough to cast a shadow, bright enough to walk by. For most of human history, moonlight was the difference between total darkness and being able to see. Now imagine that gone, a night with no moon at all. Suddenly the stars look insane. Without the moon washing out the sky, you'd see stars you've literally never seen before, even from your backyard. The Milky Way would be right there, splashed across the dark. For one night, the whole planet gets the darkest, clearest sky it's had in ages. Honestly, that part sounds kind of beautiful. The animals wouldn't agree. Tons of creatures navigate by moonlight. Sea turtles hatch and crawl toward the brightest horizon, which is usually the moonlit ocean. Take the moon away, and they crawl the wrong direction. Moths famously fly toward light. They're actually trying to hold a steady angle to the moon. Dung beetles literally roll their little balls in straight lines using the Milky Way and moonlight. For one night, a huge chunk of the animal kingdom is basically lost. Wandering. Confused. Now let's talk about the thing you can't see. The thing holding the whole system together. The moon and Earth are locked in a slow dance. The moon orbits us, sure, but it's not just circling a fixed point. Both bodies actually orbit a shared center of mass. So the instant the moon vanishes, Earth's motion changes. We'd stop wobbling around that point and just move in a smoother path around the sun. You wouldn't feel it. There's no jolt, no lurch. Physics doesn't do dramatic. But the planet's balance has quietly shifted. And here's the big one, the thing that matters most over 24 hours and beyond. The tilt. Earth is tilted about 23.5 degrees. That tilt is why we have seasons, summer, winter, all of it. And that tilt is weirdly, almost suspiciously stable. It barely moves. Why? The moon. The moon acts like a stabilizer, a giant counterweight that keeps our tilt from wandering. Take it away for good, and over millions of years that tilt could start swinging wildly. We're talking climate chaos, ice ages, and scorching heat trading places. Now, in 24 hours, you're safe. The tilt won't swing in a day, but the safety net that's been holding it steady just disappeared. And that's a genuinely unsettling thought to sit with over your morning coffee. There's another quiet job the moon does, and this one is about time itself. Your day, 24 hours, isn't a fixed number. It's actually getting longer, very, very slowly. Here's why. Those tidal bulges the moon raises in our oceans, they drag against the spinning Earth like a gentle brake. Every century, that brake makes the day a tiny bit longer. We're talking milliseconds, but it adds up. Hundreds of millions of years ago, a day was only about 22 hours. Dinosaurs lived on a faster spinning planet. Take the moon away and that braking basically stops. Earth's spin would lock in, frozen at its current pace forever. In a single day, you'd never notice. But you just paused a process that's been running since the oceans formed. And one more thing you'd lose the moment the moon left. And it's the most obvious one. Eclipses, no moon, no solar eclipse ever again. That perfect black disk sliding over the sun, the one then that makes people fly across the world and cry in a field, gone. And here's the crazy coincidence. The moon is about 400 times smaller than the sun, but it's also about 400 times closer. That's the only reason it fits over the sun so perfectly. It's a cosmic fluke, and for one day, that fluke is switched off. Let's zoom back to your actual day, though, because here's what's wild. If the moon vanished for 24 hours, most of that day would feel completely normal. The sun still rises, your coffee still works, gravity still holds you to the floor. That's Earth's gravity, not the moon's, and Earth isn't going anywhere. The disaster movie version, where cities crumble and the sky cracks open, that's not physics, that's Hollywood. The real answer is quieter, and somehow that makes it creepier. The scariest effects aren't the loud ones, they're the slow ones. The tides winding down, the turtles crawling the wrong way, the tilt losing its anchor. It's a reminder that the moon isn't just a pretty light in the sky. It's a piece of the machine. It's load-bearing. And then, 24 hours later, it's back. The tides swing up again. The turtles find the sea. The night sky goes back to its slightly too bright, comfortable normal. And most people would go right back to never looking up. But maybe you will. Tonight, when it's out there doing its quiet job, holding the oceans and the seasons and the whole delicate balance in place, take a second and actually look at it. Because now you know what it's really doing up there. If this rewired how you see the sky, you're going to love the one where we ask what happens if the sun disappeared for 24 hours. Spoiler, that one's a very different story. It's right there on the screen. I'll see you in it.